Good morning, I'm Tom Callos. I'm talking to you about martial arts school marketing. This video accompanies a report that you'll find at our program called The Community, and there's a link in the description of this video below. When it comes to martial arts school marketing, number one is you have to know what you're going to market. And when you are going to bring a product to market or a service like yours, what makes your work different than anybody else's? What do you know best? What is it that you specialize in? What is it that your experience brings to the table? You need to define that, because you're not going to just open the window of marketing and start yelling profanities. You're not going to yell gibberish. You want to communicate exactly how you're going to serve people in your community. Are you teaching self-defense? Are you about fitness and health? Are you about developing life skills? What is it that you do? Define that first. Make a long list. Second, have to use the 4 tools of communication to communicate those things to your community. And all 4 of those, more or less, are evergreen. Means if you produce a video that's compelling and that tells a good story and write a good title and description, you put that advertisement up and it stays. It doesn't go away like old advertising did when you paid for it, and when you quit paying it, it disappeared. These things are evergreen. So there's the spoken word. When you speak to people, either in person to person, to groups, on podcasts, whatever, spoken word. Second, the written word. And the written word is most important to search engine optimization, because the internet doesn't see what a video has on it. It doesn't see what the image is. Could be a cat, could be a martial artist. It's your words that describe that, and the way you link that image to your other contact information, most important. So spoken word, written word, images, and images that you modify with advertising copy. Again, the internet can't see them. Only the words you write describe them. And if you're going to write words to describe your things, might as well write words that you're trying to link your school to. If you're a self-defense school, you write a lot about self-defense and all the subtleties of it. Then the final one is video. And video's a great way to communicate through body language and tone of voice and visuals what it is you're doing. You should be a master producing a video of what you do. You don't have to fabricate it. You just show what you do. And if it doesn't sell your lessons, you better work on it. After you know what you're going to do and you know how to communicate it, then it's quality of that communication plus quantity. You know, how many people are you going to reach if you open the school door, shout out your stuff, close it, and then don't do it again? Whoever happens to be in earshot. If you did that every 5 minutes and you have a busy street, you'd meet more people. Not saying that's the right way to promote your school, but you get the gist that it's the quantity of material you put out there in comparison to your competitors. For example, you and I are going to fight in the World Championships. I train 5 days a week. You train 5 times a month. Doesn't mean I'm going to win, but who is more likely to have the advantage? The person who invests more time, quality time, or the person who does it haphazardly? You want to have a martial arts school that knows how to communicate what it does excellently and in many different ways, and posts enough content that you overshadow, overwhelm, and overproduce material compared to anybody else in your market. You're more likely to be found. The side benefit to communicating a lot is you become a much more polished communicator. And I'll tell you, I talk to a lot of martial arts schools, owners and instructors, and many of them are terribly inarticulate when it comes to describing what they do. So you need the practice, you need the marketing, you get to bundle these 2 things into one beautiful thing. So let's just review that really quick. Know what you're going to communicate, know how you're going to communicate it, and then communicate it with a quantity of marketing that's somehow connected to the return you hope to get on it. You don't put in $1 and expect to get, 100,000 back. I mean, you'd be in Vegas and very, very lucky. you've got to produce a certain amount of content relevant to what you hope you will get returned for. So when you're doing your media stuff and you don't know if it's going to pay off, recognize that you're investing time and energy, dollars, and those dollars, if you keep at it and you're persistent, will bring in a return, but not if you do it haphazardly. You're not going to go in and lay down $10 every once in a while and expect to earn $100,000, $200,000, or $1 million a year gross revenue in your school. It's just not going to happen. You'd have to be the luckiest man in the world or woman. Let's hedge our bets and make sure you're doing a good quantity of marketing, and learn to take what you're doing in the school and produce good quantity marketing from it, good quality and quantity. If what you're doing in your school, what you're talking about and what you're teaching and what your intent is doesn't sell your lessons, you're in trouble. So finally, after all of that, you have to be able to measure the return you're getting, because whatever you do in marketing has to have a result, and that result is 1 to 3 leads, 20 working days a month. Give it enough time, give it a few months. If you're not then producing that kind of quantity return, then you go to plan B. It's just like being in a battle. And, well, I haven't been in a lot of battles, but I imagine that you send the troops out, and if you're winning, good. If you see you're taking losses, you come up with a plan B, because losing the fight isn't an option. The last thing you do when you're starting to do all of this work is you share it among your peers. You share it with me so that you can get some feedback, and so that you can not only improve your own game, but you may help others improve their game, and you may learn from that exchange. I'm Tom Callos. I teach martial arts school owners how to run their businesses intelligently and ethically. You can find me at 530-903-0286. I'm also on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have thousands of videos on YouTube. This is another one. Reach out to me and read these reports, join the community, be persistent in the way you practice the art of school management and the furthering and evolution of your career.